Said by the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just a quick review of WRC 5 demo. So it's just a quick, like, my first impressions, because there's only 2 tracks. And I fancy a new rally game. I know there's that Sebastian Loeb rally, which is just coming out soon, which is okay. I played the demo. I forgot to do a review of that one. But on this one, it seemed quite good. The control was quite good. I enjoyed the way it controlled. It's very realistic. The handbrake's really sensitive. Like, as soon as you just tap the handbrake, it puts the car into a massive slide. And it's really hard on the snow as well. You know, trying to drive on the snow, it's rock, because the car is really heavy. So it's like a bit late to react, but you can go into the settings and you can fuck about with the sensitivity of your acceleration, of your braking, your steering, the dead zones if you want any of them. But first impressions is quite good, but I'm really looking forward to Dirt Rally. I can't wait for that to come out, but I don't think it comes out till April or March. And that's more like a rally simulator. If you look on YouTube at some of the videos, it looks amazing. But yeah, I mean, this looks quite good. I could get into this. I could start playing this because I like the way the car handles. It's about just take your time, brake. You know, you can always accelerate, but if you take to, because the damage is quite realistic, so you have one big bang and your gearbox stops working and you're stuck in 3rd gear or something like that, or you know, your wheel comes off or something like that. So it is quite realistic if you're flying. But I really enjoyed it. I think there's 2 tracks. I think this is Sweden and there's Australia as well. But I looked on YouTube just a minute ago to see the car roster, and there's only about 3 or 4 categories of cars. There's like WRC, WRC2, WRCJ, and something else. And you flick through, there's about 10 teams, because you can pick the different co-driver and driver teams together. Like that, you have to pick them in pairs, so you can pick them from different countries that all race for the real life team. I think it's very real. You know, it's all based on real thing, the real event. You know, so the cars are all replicas. The drivers, Sebastian Loeb, everyone's there, all the famous drivers. So I like that about it, how it is real. But there isn't very many cars at all. If you just have a look, there's just like Skoda, Mini, Ford Focus, the Ford Fiesta. There's a Hyundai, there's the Citroen DS, there's the Subaru. But apart from that's just like the normal, and it's the up-to-date Subaru, the one that Ken Block drives. It's not the one what Colin McRae used to drive, the STI 220B, I think it was called. But that's, I mean, they would class them. But I love all the retro cars. But this is just, from what I can see, this is just the new cars. There is no old retro stuff, so it's a very 2016 kind of game. It's up to date. So yeah, and I tried a different track here. This is the Australian track. This one's better, I think, because of the snow. It's really hard to drive in. It's too slippy. But this is quite slippy. I mean, you can see there, like, I just tap the handbrake, and just power through it. It feels class when you pull it off, like, because obviously you're up against the time. Any little knock and it totally fucks your car, the handling and everything. So you've got to take your time. Listen to your co-driver. If he says don't cut, then just don't cut. You know what I mean? Normally, I can just either look at the symbols, or I'll listen to what he's saying. I cannot really do both, not while I'm driving. So if I'm concentrating, I'll just have a look to see where the track is, and if I'm not sure, I'll just check with the symbols. Or if you're flying and you're not looking at the symbols but you can hear him, so he's saying don't cut, or you know, like bridge or whatever.
Into right 3 minus, don't cut. Onto right 5.
See, he reads out quite a few in advance because you're meant to be flying, so you need them quickly. So I don't know, I like it. It's I don't hate it, but I don't like love it. I think it's just because I've got me heart set on that other game, the Dirt Rally, because Codemasters have always done some really good rally games, like the Colin McRae series. They were one of the best rally games you could get on the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1. And then they started going Dirt, where it was Dirt 1, Dirt 2, Dirt 3, and it was like Gymkhana, where you're doing donuts and shit like that, and you're getting points for it, like a competition. And you do Cross as well, Rally Cross, which is good, where it's like tarmac and half the track's gravel, and you get some, because that's like 5 or 6 people or even more on the track at the same time, and it's like a proper race, off-road and on-road. It's really good. Plus they have the point-to-point rallying, plus they have like hill climbing and shit like that. So it's, you know, if you're a fan of the rally motorsport or all aspects of the rallying, then I would wait for Dirt Rally. If you haven't seen anything about it, then check it out on YouTube, because it looks absolutely class. It's like, can you remember when Gran Turismo first came out and you were watching a replay of somebody doing a race and the car looked real as it's coming into the apex of the corner and it just turns and then drives away? You'd think it looks like a real car, and I get that from Dirt Rally, whereas this looks a bit cartoony, like it still looks like a computer game. Whereas honestly, if you watch, I think it's all cars, because I was looking at the rosters, I like to see what cars are available. I think it's all Dirt Rally, all cars, and the first car you see is a little Mini Cooper from the 60s, and it's coming down the hill into the corner, and it just looks like real footage. I think it just looks amazing. But anyway, this game is class. I could play it, but I wouldn't be going out paying full whack for it. Like, I would have to get it cheap, you know, like about 15 quid, so I wouldn't feel bumped. But by the time I might just get this in order to play until Dirt Rally comes out, because I've got another couple of months for Dirt Rally. But there's a load of new games coming out. There's Hitman, there's Dirt Rally, there's not to mention all the DLC that's planned for Star Wars. Some DLC's just dropped for Star Wars. I've got Need for Speed there, I've got Fallout 4, I've got Grand Theft, Batman, you know, so there's shitloads of games that are out already, which are amazing. But some of the games coming out in 2016, rally-wise, are really good. There's Sebastian Loeb, this, and Dirt Rally. But I'm just a fan of the Dirt Rally series, well, the Dirt series anyway. Codemasters, but this is good. If you like it, like the look of it, download it. It's free on the PlayStation Store, and just give it a try and then just see what you think. So that's it. That's it.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.